right, let's talk about fat loss in 2025, or really any year. If I had to lose 25 pounds, these are the habits I'd focus on. But before we jump into the steps, let me tell you a little bit about my own journey because trust me, I get it. After my second baby, I lost 35 pounds. It wasn't overnight, it wasn't easy, but I learned what actually works. And then came baby number 3. And let me tell you, it has been harder. I still had 35 pounds to lose. I have less workouts, less time for meal prep, less tracking macros, and yet I'm still seeing results. And do you know why? Because I stopped playing the all or nothing game. So before we even get into the habits, let's talk about that. Because if you don't fix this first, you're going to keep spinning your wheels. If you've ever thought, I messed up today, so I'll just start over on Monday. Or if I can't be perfect, what's the point? Or I have to track every single gram of food or I'm failing. Then you, my friend, have been caught in the all or nothing mindset. And let me tell you, it is the number one reason most people never reach their goals. Because what happens when you inevitably have a busy week? And what happens when you don't track macros perfectly? And what happens when you miss a workout? Most people quit. But here's the truth. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent enough. Here's what I did after baby number 3 that still allowed me to see results. I made workouts shorter, but still effective. More on that in a second. I focused on getting enough protein instead of tracking every macro perfectly every single day. I stopped letting one off day turn into an off week. And that is what actually works for long-term fat loss. So before you even try to lose weight this year, let go of the all or nothing mindset. Because when you stop trying to be perfect, you actually start making progress. All right, so habit number 1, protein is the MVP for fat loss. If you're struggling to lose fat, feeling constantly hungry, or wondering why your body isn't changing, this is probably the issue. Protein. And no, not the I had an egg for breakfast and some chicken at dinner kind of protein. I mean, enough protein to actually fuel fat loss and muscle retention. So here's the science. Protein keeps you full, which means you naturally eat fewer calories. It helps your body burn more calories just by digesting it. Yes, your metabolism actually works harder. It prevents muscle loss, so you lose fat and not just weight. And most women, they're barely getting 50 to 60 grams a day. So let's break it down. Every meal should have at least 30 grams of protein. That's a palm-sized piece of chicken, steak, or fish. Or another example is a protein shake with Greek yogurt and fruit and protein powder. And here's the biggest mistake I see. You're waiting until dinner to eat protein. Do you ever notice how you're starving by 3 p.m. and raiding the pantry? That's because you had coffee and a granola bar for breakfast, a sad salad for lunch, and now your body is screaming for nutrition. So here's the fix. Front load your protein early in the day. Have a real breakfast. It changes everything. Trust me, lock this in and you'll feel fuller, stronger, and leaner faster. Habit number 2, strength training, power walking, and sprinting. All right, let's get real. If you work out for an hour, but then sit the rest of the day, guess what? You're still sedentary. Yep, even if you crush your workout. If the rest of your day is spent sitting at a desk, driving, or on the couch, your metabolism slows down. This is why I don't just rely on strength training. I also make sure I'm moving throughout the day with power walking. And for an extra fat burning boost, I add sprinting. Here's how these 3 work together to help you lose fat, build strength, and keep your metabolism working for you, not against you. Listen, lifting weights isn't optional. If you want to lose fat and actually look fit, you need muscle. Muscle equals more calories burned at rest. Muscle equals the difference between toned and just smaller. Muscle equals the secret weapon to keeping the weight off. If you're only focusing on cardio and not strength training, you're missing out on the number 1 way to make fat loss easier. So here is how I strength train for results and how I coach my clients to strength train for results. 3 to 4 times per week, no crazy 2-hour sessions, just solid, effective training. Lifting heavy enough to actually challenge my muscles. No 2-pound dumbbells over here. Focusing on big compound movements, squats, deadlifts, presses, stuff that works multiple muscle groups at once. But here's where most people mess up. They strength train, then they sit all day. And that's why I don't stop at lifting. I make sure my body is moving throughout the day with power walking or just walking in general. A lot of people think walking doesn't count as cardio, but let me tell you, if you do it right, power walking is a fat burning machine. I walk most days, but not just casual strolling through Target walking. I'm talking intentional, heart rate up, feel the burn type of walking. So this is what I do. Incline treadmill walks. 10 to 12% incline, 3 to 3.5 miles per hour. You will feel this. Outdoor stroller walks where I'm pushing my kids and moving fast and walking with purpose, not aimlessly scrolling my phone, but driving my arms, keeping my pace up and making it count. And here is why this works so well for fat loss. It burns calories without spiking hunger. It keeps your metabolism up all day, and you're not just burning calories while walking. You're preventing your body from going into rest mode. It's sustainable, no impact, no stress on your joints, just something you can do every single day. And before you say walking doesn't count as cardio, I dare you to try 30 minutes at 12% incline and tell me it's easy. And then on some days, I take it up a notch with sprinting. Sprinting isn't something I do every day, but when I add it in, it makes a big difference. And here is why sprinting works. It burns a ton of calories fast, way more efficient than steady state cardio. It increases your fat burning post-workout. You keep burning calories for hours after, and it builds power and speed. It's like strength training, but for your entire body. So how I do it is 1 to 2 times per week. I swap my power walk for sprint intervals. So they're like 15 to 30 seconds, full sprint, then walk for 45 to 60 seconds to recover. Repeat 6 to 10 times, done in under 15 minutes. No long distance running, no hours on a treadmill, just short bursts of high intensity effort that gets results. You will feel it and you will see the difference. So here's my exact formula for fat loss. 3 to 4 times per week, strength training to build muscle and boost metabolism. Doesn't have to be hours, just 30 minutes. Most days, power walking on an incline or pushing a stroller or just moving my arms really good. 1 to 2 times per week, I do sprint intervals for an extra fat burning push. Lifting builds muscle, power walking keeps me moving all day, and sprinting gives me that extra fat loss edge. And here's the thing, none of this is complicated. No crash diets, no marathon workouts, just smart, effective movement that fits into real life. So if you've been thinking, I don't have time for long workouts, guess what? You don't need them. You just need to make the time you do have work for you. Okay, so habit number 3 is eat like an adult and stop grazing all day. So here's the hard truth. Most people don't struggle with fat loss because of their main meals. They struggle because of all the extra bites, snacks, and just a little taste moments that add up fast. A handful of goldfish while making your kids' lunch, a few bites of mac and cheese off their plate, grabbing a snack every time you walk past the pantry. You think you're eating healthy, but those little extras, they add up to hundreds of calories without you realizing it. So what I do instead, I eat real meals that actually fill me up. Protein plus fiber plus healthy fats equals full and satisfied. I have set meal times, not mindlessly grazing all day. And if I snack, it's intentional, not just because it's there. If you want to lose fat without feeling like you're constantly starting over every Monday, this is where you need to start. Habit number 4, nail your macros, not just your calories. So let's start with what I know makes the biggest difference for fat loss: tracking your macros. I have helped hundreds of women lose weight, and I can tell you with 100% certainty, the people who track their macros see better, faster, and more consistent results. Because here's the truth. If you're eating healthy but not seeing results, you're probably eating too little protein, eating too many hidden calories, even from healthy foods, not getting the right balance of carbs, fats, and protein for your body. And tracking macros takes out the guesswork. It shows you exactly what's working and what's not. And I know it can feel overwhelming at first, but let me tell you, once you get the hang of it, it's a game changer for fat loss. So if you've been frustrated, stuck, or feeling like nothing is working, this is the first thing I'd fix. Find out your macros. I do custom macro assessments. Link is below if that is something that you're interested in. Track them in an app like Macros First or MyFitnessPal. Get consistent hitting your macros 80% of the time, and that is enough to see results. Now, I also get it. Life gets busy, and after baby number 3, I have not been perfectly tracking every single day. So here is my minimum rule. If you can't track everything, track your protein, because out of all the macros, protein is the one that most women struggle with, and it's the most important for fat loss. If you're getting your protein goal every day, even if everything else isn't perfect, you will see progress. So the bottom line, track your macros as much as possible. It's the best strategy. And if life gets crazy, at least make sure you're hitting your protein goal. This way, you're still staying on track even when things aren't perfect. Okay, so habit number 5, stop the all or nothing mindset. This is the one that keeps most people stuck. You're either all in and tracking everything perfectly, every workout is perfect, or you're completely off the rails. You're either working out 5 days a week or not at all. You're either hitting your protein goal or eating whatever. This is why people struggle to lose weight, because the truth is you don't need to be perfect to see results. So what I do instead, I focus on being consistent, not perfect. If I mess up one meal, I don't throw out the entire day. I keep showing up even when motivation is low, because commitment is greater than motivation. I give myself some flexibility without going off the deep end. The people who see results, they stop starting over and they stop letting one off day turn into an off month. This is how you actually lose 25 pounds and keep it off. Habit number 6, stick to the basics longer than you think. Most people fail because they quit too soon. They expect to see huge results in a week and they don't. So they jump to another diet, another program, or another hack. And meanwhile, the people who actually lose 25 pounds, they're doing the same basic habits over and over until it works. So what I focus on, the same 6 habits, no switching it up every week because I got bored. Progress, not perfection. Consistency is the only thing that matters. Not expecting instant results, but knowing that small daily wins add up. If you're always looking for the next best thing, I promise you don't need another diet. You just need to stick to what actually works. Pick one habit today and commit to it, and then add another. That's how you actually see change. And now you know exactly what you need to do to lose 25 pounds this year. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. Just start with one habit and master it. Then stack on another. That's how real sustainable fat loss happens. If you need help figuring out your macros, I do custom macro assessments, and the link for that is in the description. And if you want more real life practical fat loss tips, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss my next video. I also have a lot of free resources linked in the description. So give this video a thumbs up if it was helpful to you, and let me know in the comments which habit do you need to work on the most. I read every comment, so drop yours below. All right, that's it for today. I will see you in the next video.